There's something that far too many people between the ages of 65 and 80 are still doing every single day without realizing how much damage it's causing. It's not just slowing down your health, but it could be silently cutting years off your life. The truth is, once you reach this stage, your body goes through changes that make certain habits far more dangerous than they used to be. What worked in your 40s and 50s could now be putting you at risk of serious health issues, and most people don't even realize it until it's too late. That's why in this video we're going to cover 5 things you need to stop doing immediately if you're between 65 and 80. This is your last chance to make these changes before they start taking a serious toll on your health, energy, and longevity. Stick with me until the end, because the last one is something almost no one talks about, but it's one of the biggest mistakes you could be making right now. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 in the comments to let me know so I can make better videos for you. Mistake 1. Sitting for long periods without movement. Let's start by talking about something that many of us do every day: sitting. Now, I know it may sound simple, but sitting for extended periods can quietly do a number on our health. When we were younger, sitting for a long time might not have seemed so harmful, but as we age, our bodies change. Prolonged sitting can slow our metabolism, weaken our muscles, and reduce circulation, which increases the risk of heart disease, chronic pain, and even falls. Take the story of George, for example. George, a vibrant 72-year-old gentleman, always believed that his daily walks were enough to keep him fit. Yet, over time, he began noticing that his legs felt weaker and his back started to ache. His doctor explained that even though he was getting his daily dose of exercise, the long stretches of sitting in between were taking a toll on his body. By setting a simple timer every 30 to 45 minutes, George began to stand up, stretch, and move around a bit more frequently. It wasn't long before he noticed less stiffness and better circulation. His energy levels improved, and he felt more comfortable in his own body. Research has shown that for every hour spent sitting, our risk of certain health conditions increases. In fact, studies have linked prolonged sitting to a 20% increase in cardiovascular risk and a higher chance of developing metabolic issues. So what small movement can you add to your day? Perhaps a gentle stretch or a short walk around the house might be just what you need. Think back to a time when you got up and moved after sitting for a while. How did your body feel afterward? Did that moment remind you of the importance of staying active? Mistake 2. Ignoring protein intake and losing muscle mass. Now, let's talk about something that is dear to my heart: nourishing our bodies with the right kind of food. As we age, our bodies require a bit more attention, especially when it comes to protein. Protein is essential for maintaining muscle mass and overall strength. Unfortunately, many of us continue to eat the way we did when we were younger, not realizing that our bodies process protein less efficiently as the years go by. Consider the story of Richard, a spirited 68-year-old who always prided himself on eating well. Over time, however, he began to notice that simple tasks like standing up from a chair or carrying groceries became more challenging. It turned out that Richard wasn't consuming enough protein to support his muscle health. His doctor explained that this gradual muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, can significantly reduce our strength and balance, making everyday activities much harder. By gradually increasing his protein intake, adding more lean meats, eggs, beans, and even a bit of protein-rich dairy, Richard experienced a remarkable turnaround. Within a few weeks, he felt stronger, more energetic, and more confident in his movements. This isn't just an isolated case. Studies indicate that older adults who increase their protein consumption can improve muscle mass by up to 10% over a period of several months. Remember, life lessons from the elderly remind us that small changes in our diet can lead to big improvements in how we feel. So, if you haven't already, consider reviewing your diet and seeing if there's a way to incorporate a little more protein into your meals. It might be as simple as having a small bowl of Greek yogurt with berries or a handful of nuts with your breakfast. But if you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 2 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Mistake 3. Neglecting sleep and disrupting your body's repair process. There is something magical about a good night's sleep, a time when our bodies repair and rejuvenate themselves. Yet many of us have fallen into the trap of thinking that as we age, we need less sleep. This is simply not true. Our bodies, even in our later years, need quality sleep to function at their best. Let's consider the case of Frank, a lively 71-year-old who once believed that sleeping fewer hours was just an inevitable part of aging. Over time, Frank began to notice that he was waking up feeling less rested, more groggy, and even struggling with brain fog throughout the day. His doctor explained that while the quantity of sleep might change, the quality of sleep is crucial for repairing muscles, supporting memory, and keeping our immune system strong. Frank decided to make some adjustments. He started by reducing his late-night screen time, steering clear of caffeine in the evenings, and establishing a consistent bedtime routine. Gradually, he found that not only did his sleep improve, but his overall mood and energy levels also lifted. Studies have shown that older adults who maintain a regular sleep schedule and create a sleep-friendly environment can reduce the risk of cognitive decline by nearly 15% over time. It's important to remember that quality sleep is a cornerstone of good health, and as one of the life lessons from the elderly, we learn that taking care of our sleep is taking care of our future. Even if you're not sure about the quality of your sleep, try asking yourself, do you wake up feeling refreshed, or do you need several minutes to feel alert and ready for the day? Think about a time when you had a perfect night of sleep. What did that morning feel like, and how did it set the tone for your entire day? Mistake 4. Avoiding strength and balance training. Now, let's move on to a very important aspect of our physical well-being, maintaining strength and balance. Many of us assume that a simple walk around the block is enough to keep us fit. While walking is excellent for cardiovascular health and mobility, it doesn't fully address the needs of our muscles, especially as we grow older. Consider Edward's story. Edward, a cheerful 74-year-old, had always enjoyed his daily walks. However, one unfortunate day he misjudged a step, lost his balance, and took a fall. Thankfully, Edward wasn't seriously injured, but the incident shook him. His doctor explained that while his legs were active from walking, his stabilizing muscles were not being challenged. This imbalance increased his risk of falling, a leading cause of injury among older adults. Edward decided to take action. He began incorporating gentle strength exercises, balance drills, and core training into his routine. He started with simple activities like standing on one foot near a counter for support, using resistance bands, and doing bodyweight squats. Before long, Edward not only regained his balance, but also felt more confident and secure in his movements. In fact, research suggests that engaging in regular strength and balance training can reduce the risk of falls by nearly 30%. This lesson is one of the life lessons from the elderly that I hold dear. It's never too late to start taking better care of yourself. By dedicating just a few minutes a day to strengthening and balancing exercises, you can greatly enhance your quality of life and reduce the risk of injury. If you're still here, thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. If today's message touched something true in your life, just comment number 4 so I know you're here. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss what's next. This channel is a gentle space where experience matters, kindness is shared, and growing older means something. I'm truly grateful you're here. Mistake 5. Ignoring hydration and dehydrating your body. One of the most overlooked health risks after 60 is not drinking enough water. You might think, I'm not thirsty that often, so I must be fine, but here's the problem. Your body's thirst signals become weaker as you age. This means you may already be dehydrated before you even feel thirsty. Chronic dehydration doesn't just make you feel tired, it can lead to joint pain, constipation, kidney problems, confusion, and even an increased risk of falls. Dehydration is sneaky. Most people assume that as long as they drink something throughout the day, they're getting enough fluids. But the truth is, by the time you feel thirsty, you're already behind on hydration and the effects are serious. When your body doesn't get enough water, your muscles become weaker, your joints lose lubrication, and your brain function slows down. This can lead to dizziness, poor concentration, and an increased risk of injury. This is exactly what happened to someone like Walter, 76. He thought he was drinking enough because he had coffee in the morning and a little water with meals, but over time he noticed more frequent headaches, muscle cramps, and episodes of dizziness when standing up. His doctor explained that coffee and tea act as diuretics, meaning they pull water from the body rather than replenishing it. So Walter made a simple change. He started drinking a full glass of water first thing in the morning and sipping throughout the day. Within a few weeks, he felt more alert, had better digestion, and even noticed his joints weren't as stiff. If you want to check whether you're drinking enough, try this simple test. Pinch the skin on the back of your hand and hold it for a second. If it snaps back immediately, you're likely hydrated. If it takes a moment to settle, your body may need more water. The good news is this is one of the easiest things to fix. Keeping a glass of water nearby and taking small sips throughout the day can dramatically improve your energy, digestion, joint health, and even brain function. Don't wait until you're thirsty, because by then your body is already struggling to keep up. Final thoughts. As we come to the close of our time together today, I invite you to pause and reflect on these 5 areas of improvement. If you've been unknowingly falling into any of these habits, please remember, it's never too late to make a change. Just as a garden flourishes with a little tender care each day, so too can our bodies grow healthy and stronger with small, consistent adjustment. Whether it's breaking up long periods of sitting with gentle movement, adding a little extra protein to your meals, nurturing your sleep with a calming routine, embracing strength exercises to keep your balance steady, or simply remembering to drink enough water, every tiny change contributes to a more resilient and independent future. Our bodies, with all their years of wisdom, are incredibly capable of healing and renewal when we treat them kindly. Think of it like the life lessons from the elderly that we cherish. Each small habit, each daily ritual adds up to a life well lived. Even if these habits have been part of your routine for years, you can start reversing their impact today. The secret is consistency. Just as the steady drip of water shapes a stone, the little daily actions you take build a foundation of strength, mobility, and energy. So, I ask you, which of these 5 areas resonates with you the most? Have you noticed any changes in your strength, energy, or overall well-being recently? I'd love to hear from you. Please share one thing you learned today and how you plan to bring that wisdom into your life. Your reflections not only inspire others, but also remind us all of the deep reservoir of experience and hope that we carry with us. If you found this message meaningful, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with others who might benefit. Your support helps us continue to create content that informs, inspires, and connects us all as we journey through life together. Let us remember a cherished proverb. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Thank you for spending these moments with me. May you carry these life lessons from the elderly in your heart as you continue to nurture your health, wisdom, and joy. I look forward to hearing your thoughts and experiences. Until next time, take gentle care of yourself and keep cherishing every day.